What's with a moomin language? Stuff like päivällä älä mölöä ja illalla hyvää yötä. You do realize that doesn't make the first bit of sense to any of us.
At all. Why don't you just speak in one language, focus on a particular niche, you'll be popular. Well, gee, if only I were doing this to become popular. I do have a pretty good idea of how all of the internet works. However, none of this is an exercise in becoming popular. This is an exercise in completion, fulfilling of all things, every accumulation that I have harvested together. You see, the contemplations and realizations we explore, they are not bound by any particular language. Yes, they may be carried by English, by Finnish, by Indonesian, or French, or Danish, archaic, Bengali for good measure. Any old language will be a vehicle, a medium for their partial expression, but that's all it is. None of that is a matter of words and symbols in linguistic form. It transcends language, and as such, it deserves to be expressed in many languages to fluff out its many facets. Each and every language has a certain soul of its own, and the user of the language, in this case me, will have a spectrum of fields of reference, encounters and uses of that language, and therefore casting all of this into different languages and into different strata of those languages gives me, and in extension gives us, a broader field of insight as to what's actually going on here, what is the cognitive substance and dynamism that is being conveyed in so many different forms. We can triangulate the actual beyond language by engaging with many languages. And this process of casting, rendering the underlying essence in different languages is in itself simply a manifestation, a subset of the broader process of iterating abstract patterns into multiple contexts. What we are doing here is not looking at anything in particular, not fixation on specific phenomena. We are looking at underlying principles that have, by their nature, multiple, even unlimited contexts in their many expressions, in their many incarnations. That's why we don't churn a particular genre or a particular field of concerns. Rather, we take these universals, the underlying abstractions, and we look at them in countless contexts. And this is a process where knowledge is not additive, this plus this plus this, a sequence of learning. Rather, it's exponential. You master particular principles on a given field, and then you extract them. You apply them to a different field. And again, you apply that to all fields, and every field is a part of a synergetic network of insight, accumulates into a pool of shared experience. With that, in any given field of operation, from any given concern domain, you distill, you extract applicable patterns, principles, insight and wisdom into countless other fields of your engagement. It's a good process. It's a worthy process. It's a process that leads to a certain hyper-cognitive capacity, where you are no longer bound by the specifics of things, but where you can readily apply your general abstract experience and insight into any given concern domain. So therefore, let us think beyond the details of all given things. Let us give the abstraction greater weight, greater importance, hold it as the ground of our being, rather than a footnote in the things that we do. In English, we speak of the essential patterns of existence. Suomeksi puhutaan elon rakenteen peruskaavoista. Bahasa Indonesia, kita bahas intisari dasar kehidupan. Banglai, prashnamor, taivojumit susamstapan. And in that way, it flows out with its own nuance in every field of expression. Kim vaapi dharma varang dharmasya sarang. Whatever is the essence and highest of patterns or dharmas. In Sanskrit, we engage sages in such manner. The backdrop here is the local Tower of Babel. I come here to Babel sometimes. In legends of yore, they built the tower to reach the sky, and in their arrogance, they forgot the principle that keeps it upright and straight. So, with fury from heavens, it was all shattered. The languages and minds of people were scattered, by some accounts, into 33 or 72 different fractions, parties that were mutually in disagreement, unintelligible. So what we're doing here is we are babbling together the Tower of Babel in a manner that will not collapse all over again, because we have a grounding medium. We have clear structures and a clear purpose to what we're all doing. We're not just whistling by the crescent moon here. We also account for the sun, we account for the stars, for the space. We account for earth, water, fire, and air. We account for the octagon of your phenomenal existence. All of these we account for, and we cast them into countless expressions in many, many languages. That's the name of the game. We are the game. You may join and play along. Don't be mere moon food. Extract the moonshine. That is the koan concluding for today. Alrighty, right then. We conclude with a traditional bye-bye. Terve!